Yo, what's up, grinders? What are we doing here? Yes, that is the title of this video. What are we doing here? Because coming off the hotness of the Gaming Grindhouse on Monday nights, shout out to the Gaming Grindhouse on 8 o'clock on Monday night. So if you want to tune in live, I'll be doing those every, me and Frogs do those every Monday. But if you missed that, these are the Grinds Bites, or what grinds my gears. And, I couldn't get live, last night. So I definitely want to get this video out because there are some things that grind my gears. With the two topics, as you could see, with the PlayStation Plus price increases and the Starfield Selective reviews. So you may be wondering, Starfield's reviews drop on, on the 31st at 12 Eastern Standard Time. So we'll probably be talking about that. Stay tuned for probably another Grinds Bite on that one. But I wanted to get this video out there because just a couple of things that have been grinding my gears with this. So, one of the first things that I wanted to talk about was, the thing, and again, this whole PlayStation Plus price increase. So, Sony last year started this, they updated their PlayStation Plus last June, right? And they did it with the 3 tiers of Essential, Extra, and Premium. And what they did was the Essential basically was your basic PlayStation Plus, where you get your games monthly plus you get online, and that's where I think this thing really irked me. The Extra is kind of their Game Pass, similar, where you get PS4, PS5 games included, and then their Premium service has the Extra and Essentials, but then you also get classic games, which has been lacking. Classic games, and you get the streaming capabilities of games, mostly the PS3 games, but they've been implementing PS4 streaming. They have that, and now they got PS5 streaming. But you also get the game trials, which have been all right. And I'm going to give my opinion on the 3 tiers, because my situation right now is that I have Premium until next October. And alert, Grinds deal. If you want some information, this is where you come, Grinders. This is where you come. So every year, 2 times a year. Now this is what they have been doing for the longest time. Days of Play around June, they discount all their services. So I've been getting Premium for like $84. All right, they took 20% off, right? And they do that. They also, stay tuned. They also do it around Black Friday, the holidays. Will they do it this year with the increased prices? I don't know. But those are the good times to buy your subscriptions if you do not want to spend full price on them. It's usually the Days of Play that just passed, and it was there. They did reduce it. And you could stack them. You could buy them a couple of times and stuff like that. Also, if the price, when we're going to talk about the prices now, what it went up to, the price change does not happen until September 6th, I believe. So you have time now to lock in one of the basic prices right now and add it to whatever you have. Or you could cancel it, which I've seen a lot of people do as well. Or drop it down. Drop it down low, all right? Okay, you could do that as well.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
We don't have time for these high prices. So this is the thing. These are the prices that have raised starting next month. And I'm going to tell you about the delivery of this and how bad Sony just missed the ball on this. I don't understand who's over there. Jim Ryan got to get out of the kitchen. Herman Holtz got to get out of the yacht and get back in here and start making waves. Because you know what? I don't know what Sony's up to. I feel like all we've been hearing is just court stuff. I feel like, that's Sony yelling at court. Jim Ryan flying over there, Herman Holtz on the yacht. I want to hear Herman Holtz come back on the screens and go, quality. I want quality games. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear that. And the last showcase was not too hot. It was decent, but it wasn't the best. Will there be another one? I don't know. But this is what I don't like. I don't like the I don't knows. Let's go. The PlayStation is selling. Let's get these games out there. Let's talk about what's coming. And we know Spider-Man. We know Spider-Man's coming. But beyond that, we got Wolverine. We got games, all right? There's games coming. But I want a little more from the chest. Quality games. But anyway, back to the prices. Here we go. Sony, let me ask you a question. What are we doing here? Let's work our way down, shall we? Yeah. Premium was $119 a year. Remember when we compared this? I'm not comparing it yet. We're comparing it $119 a year for all this stuff, okay? But they decided to increase it 34% to $160 a year. And I'm sorry, but right now, their classic games, the big lore of this, because remember, I think they're trying to pivot themselves more along the lines of how the Switch offers those legacy games, the classic library. Sony has been lacking very bad in the classic library. They put all the siphon filters in there. I think the Twisted Metal was a good get for that, to get Twisted Metal in there, 1 and 2, for the for the show and things like that, and getting in Resident Evil, the original one. Okay, there's been some in there, but it's been PSP. Where are the PS1 games? Where are the PS2 games? This is a little PSPs here and there. They need a better offering for the classic stuff if they really want to justify that big price increase. Like, they got to really go in there. Whether they're doing emulation, whether they're doing something, but it's slow, man. They drop like 3 or 4 games in classic, and it's like, oh, okay. You have a huge library of PS1 and PS2 games, especially the PS2. And a lot of them are games that were already emulated for the PS4. And they just took them off and put them back on. The PS3 games are still all streaming. No native play of that. I think that will be huge if they can flip that switch. But right now, the classic is really limiting. And that's one of the big differences with premium. The trials are okay. I like the trials. But again, they're lacking in the major thing. It's a lot of games, but they need to have a better classic pull, especially now. And I think that's the biggest problem overall with this PlayStation Plus increase, is that they didn't do it on a strong foot. And we'll talk about what they have for Essential. But they weren't riding high and now say, oh, yeah, and now this is why we're doing it. Again, it's the same thing that we see, the same kind of PR speak. Well, in order to continue to offer great games and this and that.
You heard me right. Con men, thieves, degenerates, lowlifes, thugs, criminals. Game over.
You know, all that stuff. In order to keep doing... No, show it. Show it. You want us to pay more? Show me why I'm paying more. And that's the biggest problem that I had with this. You want to increase the prices and you think, but lead by example. Don't just say it. Don't just come in there and go, yeah, in order to do better and this and that. And no. And maybe they haven't done the extra and premium tiers yet for this month. They only done Essential. That's the only thing that's been released. Maybe they come extra in September. I don't know. We still haven't seen extra and premium games for September yet when the price goes up. We've seen the Essentials, and that's not good. So if that's following the Essential path, then extra and premium may not be that hot. Or maybe they do a whole big push for extra and premium knowing the month goes up. I don't know. But right now, what they currently offered, I'm not saying they're bad. I like the games that they're putting in there. But again, the classic stuff is definitely something that's been lacking for a while since it launched. Like, you know, everybody thought we're going to get this classic library and all this other stuff. And yeah, they've done games. They put trophies in some games. It works. But it's still not your price difference, dude. it was 100 to 100. There was a $20 price difference. There should have been a little bit more, especially for the classics. The trials have been there, but you got a whole generation of games. So they really need to do that. But the premium is 160 now going into the year starting in September. The extra, which I think is probably the best one out of the three of them, if you were saying by subscription gaming. And again, subscription gaming is a different world on PlayStation than what it is on Xbox. On PlayStation, this is an accessory to getting games because they still believe in the traditional way of delivering quality content and real games. And they offer it day one stuff. There's day one games in here. There's some, not first party day one, but there's some stuff in here. This is not all in that Microsoft has put everything. We got to buy the industry, put everything on our service, everything in the cloud. Let's go, 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 go. This one at least is just an accessory to getting games. Games you may have missed. Games you may have like, oh, let me check that out. And this is not a direct delivery method of PlayStation. This is an accessory, which is not a requirement. However, there is a caveat to that. The extra is going up from $99 to $135. All right? 33% increase. I think the biggest shock, yes, they're annual prices, which, by the way, these annual prices are discounted more than if you paid monthly. And these were always the great things to have because this was one thing that Xbox didn't have with Game Pass yearly or 6 months. They don't have a yearly discount for Game Pass. It's $204 a year because you got to pay $17 a month for Game Pass Ultimate. Sony offers their premium. Instead of paying $17 a month or $18 a month, you could get it for a discount of $120, which was a huge discount, almost $100 off. Now that discount has lessened because of now the price increase. But that's the thing. Like these prices, the jump was pretty damning. Like it wasn't a $10 jump for the year or $15. Dude, it went up. It went up $40 and $35. All right, like whoa, and yeah, you could divide it by 12, and well, it's $3 a month. You know what? We could play with the math all we want. Those are big numbers. All right, those are big numbers that they went up, and I wouldn't be surprised. I've seen it. People get, I'm done. I'm out of here, Sony. Take a walk.
Game over.
You know what? This is not a Turbo Man deal right now. This sounds a little more along the boosters. You know, this sounds like a little bit more like a booster.
The rumors are true. We have received a small quantity.
This is a booster deal right now. We're going on, Sony. What the hell we doing here? Some bull. That's a big number. Booster move right here. Booster move.
I don't play this game.
So I've seen people just dropping it. We're done. Wait. And you know what? They probably knew this. They knew this. But I would say of all of them, the extra was I think, you know, what they were doing well with those. No streaming, though. But again, streaming, whatever. I know streaming, yeah. Let me try it out for a minute. I'm not a streamer. Now, I think the biggest L out of the whole shebang, premium is up there. That's big. $40, and they better be coming with those classics. Extra at $30, that's still high going up there. You know what I mean? Like, it's still up there. You know, if you do Game Pass for $10 a month, you know, $120 a year, so it's still more money than Game Pass. But again, there's finagling over there as well because the $10 console Game Pass only gives you the games, but not online. So they're games that can't even be played on there. The one thing here is that all these include online, and that's where Essential really it hurts the bed.
Shit.
Yeah. So Essential, which is basically Xbox Live Core, right? Xbox Live Game Pass Core, whatever. The basic to play online. And I think that, and cloud saves. The basic entry is now $80 a year. That. Yeah. That is rough because for $60 when this was matched up with Xbox Live and even Game Pass Core, which is going to be changing where they give you about a few like 20 or 50 20 games or so of classic game or whatever games, they just give you a stagnant library. with your $60 a year to play online. Where this one they're offering, and we've known for years, the games they offer in Essential are definitely much better than what was offered in Games with Gold. And now Games with Gold's going away, and it's Xbox Live, it's Xbox Core, Game Pass Core. That's $60. But the entry now to just play online is cheaper on Xbox and the Switch, and now PlayStation has the cheapest way. And that's where the big L comes in this whole thing. They went up $20 for their base system. So now they got online, cloud saves, and your essential games, the three or so, which they've been good, except this month has been kind of another one. And the thing is that your entry now also went up $20 from $60 to $80. So just to play online, so your Call of Duty folk, your Madden dude, your NBA 2Ks, that just to play online, you don't even care about the free games that they're getting in the month. But you made that $80. No. That's not good. And that's where I think the biggest L is. Like, is this a move of confidence? Is this we're in the lead, you're just going to pay more because we're the best, there's no competition for us, we're the best? Well, what is this? Because that, I think, is the biggest travel. Because, like, if you just want to get a PlayStation and play online, you got to pay $80 now a year. You could pay monthly, but you're going to be paying more money because it's like $10 a month, right? So you're going to pay $120 or $80. So if you look at it from that perspective, yeah, it used to be $60. It was half that. Now, it's up to $80. And I think that's the biggest, not a smart move from them at all. Like, I think they should have left that alone. They should have left that thing alone. Like, I don't know why they increased their base essential. I have some speculation on it, but you know what? It's not an excuse. You basically now increase the price over your competition by $20. Yes, you're offering better games. Not this month. And that's another problem. But it's just not good. You should have created and I know they don't want to create an online tier, just $60 for online, because they kind of fluff it up by adding other games to it. Let's add some more games, and the games are going to be quality and stuff. And let's read their blog, and then let's see what they're offering on this one. So their blog, and this is the slicksters that they are, the slicksters here. Again,
Where's the lamb sauce?
let's go right to the news. Right, Gordon, Jim, Ryan Ramsey.
It's raw, Melissa.
Yes, Chef.
It's raw. Come on.
Yes, Chef.
We also want to let you know on September 6th that we'll be increasing the price. Wait. Footnote, please. Footnote?
They have something I could never have.
Really? And what's that?
A soul.
A footnote? You mean this little Jimmy here, like at the bottom of your blog? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Slicksters. Okay. Here we go. September 6th, we're increasing the price of PlayStation Plus to $12 a month globally. Across all of them. And here's the line of Jim Ryan. This price adjustment will enable us to continue to bring high-quality games and value-added benefits to your PlayStation. And now, no. Don't give me the PR line. Show it.
Do not be sorry. Be better.
Show it. Continue high-quality games. And then you tailor that. Continue to bring high-quality games. And this is what you show us. This is your demonstration here. Saints Row. The bootleg remastered edition and nobody wanted. Black Desert. Traveler's Edition. That game has been out 4 or 5 times. I've seen that thing thrown in goddamn Happy Meals. And Generation Zero, I don't know what the hell that is. This is the high-quality games, the reason why the price increase. Your carpet don't match the drape. What's going on here? All right? And this is the problem. You want to increase the price. You should have brought bangers. Soften the blow. Instead, no. You gave us a trash month and say continue to bring you high games that's going up in price to $80. Excuse me? Yeah. Somebody over there didn't do their job.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Somebody's not doing their job over there.
Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Something slipped through the lunch
Activate.
the lunch meeting. Somebody didn't attend the meeting after lunch to tell me, okay, guys, we're gonna launch with these games and we're gonna increase the price. This is a good deal, right? They're good.
Sir, do we get the
No.
win this time?
No, wrong. You're not immune, Sony. You're not. You're not. Gamers are fickle. You increasing the price. Look at the thing. New price. Look at the line. New price changes. And we're bringing quality. What? No. No, somebody missed the meeting. Yeah, somebody missed. So there are the prices. 80, 135, and 160. They're still discounted opposed to the 1 to 3 month, they say. And then they say, renewal dates that happen after November 6th will take on the new pricing. However, any membership changes you make on or after September 6th, such as upgrades, downgrades, buying additional time, will reflect on the new prices. So you have time now if you wanted to kind of get the previous things to stack one a year or so like that. I may do that to go out one more year at the 120, but it's then, again, they do have sales on these, and if they don't have it this holiday, there will be another grinding of gears because they've always done it. Holiday, they take 10% off these yearly subscriptions, at least the premium one. They just did it in June where they had it for $84, and I bought a couple of years last year when they did it. But I didn't buy it this year. I had my hand over. I was like, $90 for a year. I'm like, nah. And I guess Jim Gordon Ramsay got me. I got Jim Nest. And when they're doing it, look at when they're doing it too. That grinds my gears too. Oh yeah, Spider-Man's coming, the holidays coming. Yeah, let's jack up these prices. And again, it's not by $5 or $6, $10. It's $40. Like, the value I always said at 120 was like a price of like a special edition, 2 games for $120. Yeah, but now when you start creeping up now on the 150 plus side to a yearly subscription, now it's sort of like, well, is your premium really worth it? Should I just downgrade, to $80, which is basically like a game a year to play online, obviously, because I got to play online, Call of Duties and all that other stuff and, do that stuff. And that's another thing, too. It's like, where's the online stuff? That's one thing that Xbox really did. When they promoted their online with Xbox Live and stuff, not only, when they had their when they promoted their thing, they made sure that their games had online features, that they were making, mock deals with marketing and things like that and getting online games and themselves making sure they had an online mode, a co-op, or this or that. And where's that from Sony? If you're really betting on the bench right here of $80, like, you really don't have a lot of online offerings unless that's where all those service games that they were doing, the Jade Raymonds and all this other stuff that they announced at that show, which again didn't show gameplay, showed title screens. What was the other game? It was like Space Jam. I don't know what the hell. It was Space something. I don't know what the hell. I forgot them because they didn't show anything. Are they going to put those games in here? Or are they going to charge you $60 for one of those quote-unquote service games and make you pay another $80 on top of that to play them online? Because if they're free to play, You don't need to pay this $80. So the free-to-play games, you don't need this. If you just play Rocket Leagues and Fortnites and Destinies and stuff like that, you don't need this service, which is another kind of like head scratcher. It's like, well, why are we paying to play online when a majority of the big online games, except for Call of Duties, your Maddens, and your sports games and your things like that, and even multiplayer shooters, like there's not even a lot of multiplayer shooters out there anymore. Like it was. Like it's just kind of Call of Duty. Like I'm kind of irking for a new multiplayer shooter, right? Like an online. I'm like, what's going on with this industry? Where's the fun? I feel like everything is just like, where's the fun? Like where we gotta wait for Call of Duty as the only first-person shooter online game. Nobody wants to make one. And I feel like everybody's trying to figure out the cheat code. Everybody's trying to figure out how they could weasel more money out of us by giving us less. And I don't like it. I don't like it. Especially when it comes to the online infrastructure. I feel like if a game is online, it's almost giving me that stench of a mobile game. You know, in-game purchases. And, like, you know, all this stuff. It's like, well, what's the hook? Like, just give me an online game to play. Free to play with, oh, this is a nice free to play game until they hook you in and they add the passes or they add, you know, all this other stuff. It grinds my gears. It does.
Xbox Live!
I didn't mean to hit that though. But it pissed me off. Like I just think
I want to ask you a bunch of questions.
I want to know what's
have them
going on.
answered immediately.
Yes, I would like to have a refund.
A lot of people yesterday about this thing. But yeah, where are the onlines? Is it really the value of games? So like games are going up to $70. They want to get bigger games in these services, so the prices need to go up. Well, leading with Saints Row is not a good idea, okay? And Black Desert, all right? I don't care whose edition this is.
Put this thing away. This is not worth it.
Some MMO type thing. It's a PS4 version, nonetheless. Look at this. It got even not even a friggin' VR game. Dude, not even a friggin' VR game in there. I wouldn't mind to go, hey, you know what? September games, we're gonna add a fourth game, a new VR, one of the VR games that we got sitting in there. Yeah, let's add VR games now to it. All right, $80. All right, well, it still sucks, but at least it's up. Look at this. You got one PS5 game and two PS4 games. They didn't even give you another PS5 game. Are they going to have answers? Are we going to be scratching our head in a month going like, well, why is this price increase? Like, what happened? Or are they going to have answers and go, hey, we're adding this, so this is what we're doing. Or we have emulation and stuff like that. They need to if they want to justify these prices. Because right now, all I see is price increase and not the quality matching the price increase. And this is the month that you decide to drop these games in there. Not good. At least when Xbox screwed everybody over when they wanted to increase Xbox Live to $120 a year, they apologized and gave everybody Gears 4, at least. But said was sorry. That was the only time they put a decent game in Games with Gold is when they said they're sorry, because Phil always takes it on the chin. Pause. Always takes it on the chin. He's always saying, I'm sorry. Why not? But yeah, not a good move, Sony. Bad news. And I think, you know what? If the Starfield reviews come out and you increase in price, and then Starfield coming out there, even though whatever came out with Starfield, we'll talk about that now. But you know, Sony, this is not a good. There wasn't a good time to say, "Hey, we're increasing prices." Right when Microsoft's about to drop its biggest game, I guess, ever. People all of a sudden saying this is like the end of the world. This is it. People forget about Halos, and I guess so. Like this is it. A new IP that's affiliated more with PC. This is Xbox's biggest game. Head scratcher to me. Head scratcher to me.
Stop it!
But this wasn't a good timing for it. You better got some news soon. You better start talking, Jim Ryan. You know, you better start giving me that line again. What you say? Where do you say it? I want to hear this again.
It's turbo time.
I want to hear more of this. I don't like the quiet. I don't like the quietness. All right? I don't like it. I want the games to do the talking. All right? And I want to see more games because that last show was not Sony-like in the sense that you didn't show any real gameplay to those games, your first-party stuff. So I think enough is enough. Get out of the courtrooms. Get back on track. Even the thing with the Q-tip or the portal. Announcing it, but not really going deep dive into what it does. And it's like an accessory to $200. I just feel like Sony needs a little bit more from the chest. I think they're getting a little like reserved. And not like with not delivering games and devices and interesting products and interesting games. But I think their first party, like what they have close to their chest, like that boasting that was happening when the PS5 was launching, I think they need more of that. And another thing is that they stopped announcing PlayStation subscriber numbers. And we've seen, and I just talked about it on Monday, the PlayStation, basically the PlayStation numbers, they're not going to talk about those subscription numbers anymore, about how many subscribers they have. They used to break it down by tiers and everything. That stopped. And we have seen subscription gaming has plateaued, and the prices are going up. This subscription fatigue. We've seen it in all the music applications, all the TV shows. Everybody had that big bump when everybody jumped on, when everybody was not going out. Now everybody's like, dude, well, increases and stuff, like, we're off. I don't want to pay all these subscriptions anymore. And now, to compensate for that, the prices have been going up. And also, the industry is recognizing this subscription model, and they want more money. So the movies, the people that make movies, they want more money. They don't want you to be giving their movie away for a low cost, and you're getting all that subscription money, and they're getting pennies. They want to make sure that they get that money. That's why it's get back to the theaters, because that's how they could pay the movie studios. They're not going to pay them with beans. Oh, well, we got this dude on here for $10 a month. Yeah, we'll in about about a year and a half, he should give us enough money to pay for your movie. No, we want our money now. I want it now. They want it now. When you make a game, you want that money now. You don't want we got this guy in here for $8.99. We're going to increase it to $10. We'll get his money in the next 10 months. No, I want the $70 sale, and I want to get paid my portion of it. So even the industry is recognizing, like, hey, you want to put my game in there? Well, you better compensate me, or I'm not putting my game in there. All right? That's why the games that have, quote-unquote, they're not sure of, it's going to sell, or those are the ones go in there and they get that kind of guaranteed paycheck up front. Well, I don't know if it's going to sell all that much, but the ones that they know are going to sell, those are the ones that are like, that's not going into service until I get all my money back. Like this Starfield gamble. Shoo. The money Microsoft's losing on this thing. Ooh-wee. And that's why there's been selective reviews for Starfield. Now, we should know soon about what the Starfield reviews are. But again, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. One game is not going to fix the world of Xbox, all right? One game is not going to fix it. So what came out yesterday as well was that Bethesda limited the amount of reviews, who they sent reviews to. And I couldn't believe it, because we've been seeing how many people for the last 2 months, for the 2 weeks, oh, I got the game, but I'm on NDA. I got the game. I'm on NDA. I can't talk about it. I never saw an NDA that was publicized so much as the Starfield NDA. You know, those on NDA don't talk about NDA, right?
You just made the list.
Right? Those on NDAs shall not talk about NDAs. But I never saw an NDA being marketed. Well, I'm playing it, but I got an NDA. Because that was damage control for the game's not ready. Game didn't go gold, and there was all this question marks like, nobody's playing the game. What's going on? What's happening? Well, then they said, okay, well, guys, here's the game. You're on NDA, but tell everybody you're on an NDA. And that's what everybody did. Like, oh, I'm playing it, but I can't say anything. NDA. And all these, like, influences. Then we find out, days before the review is supposed to drop, how many big markets, Eurogamer, who got it just recently after they whined and complained about it, Eurogamer, Metro UK. This dude working for, I forgot what he worked for. And our good friends at Stevia, 2 creams, 1 sugar. You know them. You know, the 2 creams, 1 sugar guys, Stevia's. They review real well. I wouldn't give them a review.
This coffee smells like shit.
It is shit, Austin.
Oh, good, then it's not just me.
Yeah, 2 creams, 1 sugar. They got it. Why not? They love their friggin' their buy. Oh my God, Stevia is the worst reviewer. They're gonna give it a 10. They give other games, the Sony games, they give them a 6 and 5 because they're 2 creams, 1 sugar. But they got a code. But you could tell the pressure of this game, and this is the biggest problem that I said about Starfield. The issue with it is the hiding of the game, the hiding of it. This game's gameplay has been hidden. If it's this big game as it's supposed to be, and then when things are exposed, there's excuses. Oh, you can't land here. Oh, there's a boundary. People thought it was, and this is what I said before. The disappointing thing what's going to be with Starfield is that you need to start where your previous ones ended. Halo had the same issue. Your service game, your free-to-play, you start where Fortnite ends, and you show us why you're better. Starfield, I'm sorry, I know it's a different game than No Man's Sky, but the exploration in No Man's Sky and the freedom of traveling and exploring, which was marketed in Starfield as you could go any planet, land, build a base, no, you can't start a family, but start houses and put a cactus in the corner of the room with some picture frames on the wall. For I don't know who, but you could do it. But the problem is why would you want to do that if it's just not as explorable? And No Man's Sky had you could leave the planet. And remember, the first thing was that you can't fly into planets. You can't do that. You can't fly into a planet. It's a loading screen. You select a planet, you click on it, and it loads up and it puts you in an area. And then we find that area is not even the whole planet, and that area is a square. The leaks had to find that out. And the hidden tropes of being duped on this game that was marketed, and Bethesda has a history of doing this. That's why they needed to show we are better now. This is not a Fallout 76 again. We're not going to make these promises and tell you about all this, and then the game's like just buggy mess. Or you could go anywhere you want, but really you can't. And Todd Howard's known for this stuff. And you wish they would have learned their lesson when marketing Starfield. Like, hey, let's be honest. Especially the problem is now you got lying Phil Ness behind you. And Microsoft's, what they have a history of over-promising and under-delivering. Now you're part of that now. So you should have been even more demonstrative of this. And being much more upfront and honest and stuff. Just like what Phil said with Redfall. We got to be honest. We got to be honest with the consumer. We need to get that respect back. Well, you don't get the respect by hiding the game, and then leakers are kind of showing the exploits of what the game's mechanics really are. And I always said this. I was like, just get a controller and show us the game. Get a controller, show Todd Howard, somebody, getting a mission on one planet, and following that mission and just doing one mission. It's 1,000 planets. It's all this hugeness. You could show a little bit. People are spoiled. Spoil it. Just show it. Be proud of it. Show it. Remember Todd Howard in the front and the gameplay was green screened all the way in the back room? Like, what are we doing here? The gameplay has been specifically selected to look good. They did the same thing with Redfall. Cuts and all that other stuff to show all the bad frame rate and all that other stuff. And now, big review sites don't get it, but a whole bunch of influencers are playing the game 2 weeks early. When these guys are coming around saying, hey, we don't have it right now. Eurogamer. And they said, no, we want Digital Foundry to review it. Like Microsoft's cherry picking, hand picking. We want these guys to do it. What guys? Microsoft's like, wait, we want Digital Foundry to specifically review our game. Well, guys, these guys. Oh, look, there they are. Is that when they did the message? We want these guys right here to review our game. You know, the ones that we gave exclusive access to play with magnets in our lunchroom with the Series X. And they got their biggest views ever because they were the first ones to reveal the Series X hardware and play with magnets. You know, when we flew them all out in our lunchroom. And they got to talk to the guy with the beard. Hey, there you go. We want them to review it, Eurogame. Even though you own Digital Foundry, we want these guys to review it, Euro. You come later. This game is being protected. They want to make sure that they can manipulate the meta to at least show up high. So when these reviews come out, these reviews are going to be high. You're going to see 92s, 95, 96 meta, and people are going to go crazy. And you know what? Halo had high reviews too. This is getting the Halo treatment. It's getting it. It's going to be specifically targeted to influencers. They're going to have this big push. Everybody's going to drop their videos at noon. This is my take on Starfield. Love it, love it, love it. Game of the year, question marks, all this stuff. This is all the typical influencer stuff that we're going to see. Because they gave it to people that were at FanFest. I am sure the FanFest meetings were about how they're getting review copies of Starfield, or they're going to play it. They already got the care packages with the jackets coming out. I saw those getting opened here and there. But heaven did they show new gameplay. Heaven forbid we even see the gameplay that was shown at Gamescom, which was the first intro to the game and stuff. That video was not to be shown. Like, they're sniping videos left and right. Even the glitches and even the people meleeing dinosaurs and the guy running along a planet, they're taking it all down. That's what you do to this biggest game? And I said before, it's not fair to Starfield. It's not fair that Starfield has the burden of Microsoft's failures on it. It's not fair. The game should be reflective for the game what it is. But people are looking at it as like, if it gets a 90 Metacritic, Xbox is 10. They want it to be that E3 Xbox takes it back moment. And you're not going to rest it on one game. It's not happening. It didn't happen with Halo. As much as the love that game got. And this is going to have a big honeymoon period where it's going to come out. Everybody's going to be streaming it this weekend because you want to know why? Nobody has seen the game. We've seen glitches and we've seen whatever Todd Howard decided to show us in that 28-minute June showcase. That's it. Nobody has seen it. Nobody has seen a straight-up mission. Nobody even knows what you do on planets. What do you do? There's animals on a planet. That's great. What do I do with them? Can you tame them? Can you ride them? You could do that in No Man's Sky, but we're not going to compare that, right? What do? You shoot them? You harvest them? You could make them companions? Well, you scan them for what? For a log? Like, is that part of a mission? I don't know. And there's planets that are barren. 10% of the planets have life on them. The other ones are barren. What do you do on the barren planets? You just look. And that was the biggest takeaway I had from that guy running across the 10 minutes to hit the boundary. There was nothing there. There was no like randomly generated. There was nothing like a base or something, a point of interest. The guy was just running and it was just rocks popping in and sand. And there's no you can't drill into the ground. You can't walk on water. You can't swim. And they marketed this thing as a big exploration. But I feel like the selective reviews are just basically showing that, yeah, Eurogame is writing articles about it, and here's our good friend Paris. And just like that, I finished Starfield. All will be revealed at 8:31. All will be revealed. Meanwhile, we got Eurogamer saying we didn't even get a review copy yet, and they got it after they complained. Isn't that strange? Isn't that strange? And here's the article right here. About, well, that's not working. About them withholding the game. And it won't let me say it here. And Eurogame had to write a whole big review, a whole big thing. And then after the publication, they got it. After an hour of us complaining about it, this is what they need to do. Paris wrote 8:31. I'm going to have all my things. 8:31 at 12, high noon, I'm going to have my review. You got Eurogamer here on August 29th going, guys, we didn't even get the game yet. Eurogamer, really? And then Digital Foundry reviewing it, part of Eurogamer? Like, Eurogamer wants to review it for themselves. Metro, Skill Up didn't even get one. Like, some weird specific selected because they know it's going to be done in waves. Okay? This is exactly what they're doing in waves. It is going to have a big, because they have marketing plan probably for today and tomorrow. Well, the 31st and the launch date of the early access. They're going to have a big wave of positive 90s, 10s, all come out first. And then the second wave of the reality of it will be coming out in another week or so. And that's how they're going to ride, because they can't be promoting, look at the Redfall. They can't be promoting a game that's getting 4s and 5s or has negative reviews, 7s and stuff, and that Metacritic gets pulled down. They want to have a high Metacritic, initial wave of positive output with this. And that's what they're doing, because and again, it's marketing, it's PR. I understand this. But the issue I have is the lack of Microsoft and Bethesda showing the game. And this has been a pet peeve of Microsoft for me for a long time. Straight up gameplay. You know, that Spider-Man gameplay, that was just straight up, right through it. No cuts, no devs walking down the hallway in slow motion, no guys and girls in a lunchroom sitting there with a computer behind them or pretending to play. No. Just show us the game. Show us a mission. Show us the exploration. Don't show the mechanics in slices and then that's it. Straight up. Get a mission, just do it. Show me the gameplay loop. And Microsoft never did that with Halo. They never did it. They didn't even do it with Gears campaign. They had Ninja streaming on Mixer. I don't understand why they hide their games. And especially as big as this game is, they should have been showing a lot of it. Just look at how Final Fantasy 16 was demonstrated multiple times. Live demo at PAX. I was there. And now selective reviews. Because they're going to have an initial wave of positive reviews, and you'll see it when at noon. You'll see everybody, all the influences, all the Xbox the Ocho, Xbox Directs, Xbox, Xbox, we hear Greens, all of them will all come out with their reviews, and it'll be all because they went right to the influences with this, and they went right to the reviews that would know they'll probably get more favorable reviews.